And having taken my lunch break, I decided, while I mulled things over, that in all likelihood there was a problem with the electronic ignition. So I committed to ordering and buying another one. And one of the reasons for my doing that, as well as the fact that I might just be getting nowhere messing about with this, was that it might increase the odds of me finding a problem now I've committed to buying one. And well, have a look at this and see what you think, folks. Put this down here for a moment. That is the same bike. Now, just to recap, remember I got my hopes up when I found that some important vital wires, including the earth wire for the electronic ignition itself, were fastened to this, wobbling around on rubber and paint. And I really thought that, I'll just move those earths to there and that'll sort us out. Anyway, I did that and it made no difference. I disconnected one coil, then I disconnected the other one. I've had the carburetors off, I've changed spark plugs, I've moved the ignition timing around because, funnily enough, it has actually got some static marks there as a guideline for setting up, but if it was set up to them, it just didn't want to do anything. But however, if I moved the timing away from them, things seemed to sort of improve, and they were leading me down you know, a dead end. So I really had just about sort of given up on this and thought that just gonna have to get another ignition. That's probably fried. And I just thought, well, one last place to look just in case there's any bad connections or something shorted. And remember, I had power. If I switched the lights on, well, the headlamp wouldn't come on. I presumed that the headlamp bulb might be blown, but I was getting tail light, I was getting horn. So when I turned the ignition on, I was getting sparks. But I'll recap on what I found in here when I took the headlamp off. Try and do this without dropping it. There we go. Now when I took the headlamp out the bowl like that, straight away down here I saw a little threaded ring. That one, off the ammeter. And the wire was just hanging in sort of mid-air. So the main power through the charging system passes through the ammeter. So I thought, well, obviously I'll put that wire back on and screw it up tightly. The other one was a bit loose as well, as it happens. Did that, went to the kickstart, and the engine started up, although the timing was out a little. I've since corrected that, as we can see, although I've still got to fine tune it with the strobe just to make sure, but I'm certainly within the last few degrees, I would say. So it just goes to show, a silly little thing like that in there, probably why, well, not why the owner brought it here, because there were other problems as well, and the carburetors settings were all over the shop as well, so they're all set up correctly or equally, and we've now got this sorted out and we've got a working ignition system. I just can't believe it, but I'm not going to cancel my order for the Boyer electronic ignition, because no doubt one day I probably will need one anyway. They're no more expensive than, well, probably cheaper than if you bought all the individual components you'd need to run on points as it happens, but I'll have one on the shelf should it be needed, and hopefully we can look forward to some road testing on this one shortly. But what a surprise. Never overlook the obvious. Well, I wouldn't say obvious, but simple things. Very, very simple things, because sometimes it can be a very, very simple thing that's just, well, what can I say? Not so obvious, but so simple, in a location where it will go totally unnoticed. You've really got to leave no stone unturned in this game, because sometimes you turn one over and you'll get a hell of a surprise, and you'll wonder why you didn't look there sooner. So finally, I'm out of a bit of a hole with this one, and we're making some progress at last.